Wow, Floyd Mayweather shames Canelo Alvarez, says Canelo's making 300 mil. True, but that ain't nothing to what he made in one night. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, before I get started, today is the day UFC 249. It's been a while since we had live combat sports. Dana White got it done. You know, somebody actually failed a Rona test and was like taken off the card, but the main event and most of the main card is still intact. If you would like to get UFC 249, click on the link in the description box. More from that in a bit, but it does help the channel. Now, Floyd Mayweather, easy work, motherfucker. I'm rich, motherfucker. Floyd Mayweather did an interview, link in the description. And in this interview with Fight Hype, Floyd, he didn't pull no punches, and he got at Canelo Alvarez. This is what Floyd says. He says, when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, he's basically bragging about how much he makes in one day. He says, quote, if I'm not mistaken, Canelo, he got a deal for 11 fights for $300 million. I got that one night. I got Canelo's whole contract in 28 minutes. I made 300 mil plus twice. Only took me 36 minutes and 28 minutes. Well, rounded off, and we'll say 1 hour for $650 million. So Floyd, big bag take little bag. He says, your whole DAZN deal, I did that in 2 fights. Obviously, he's referring to the fight that broke all the record books. That's Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. Yes, it's up to my promoter, Bob Adam, my fight. He's gonna fight me. You know, Manny Pacquiao, that fight went crazy. You know, critics said whatever they want about it. Floyd was eating. He got $100 million guaranteed check. Floyd also produced big business doing a crossover fight with Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is? I don't know what you're thinking. You know, Conor McGregor got another $100 million check. And then these 2 fights, you know, I could really pull it up if I want to. I don't know if I feel like doing all that. But the Pacquiao fight did, you know, something ridiculous. 4 to 6 million pay-per-view buys. And then Mayweather McGregor viewership, I know that was just under that. Okay. Wow. The viewership for the McGregor fight, they said about 4.3 million, and the Pacquiao fight did 4.6. So Floyd is eating. And you know what? It's funny because, you know, Canelo man fans are going to get angry, say, oh, why don't you fight him? You know, they want Floyd to see. This is the funny thing with old media. They get in their feelings all the time, you know, and emotional. What Floyd is saying is true. I don't care if you like him or you don't like him or you like his personality or not. What he's saying is true. He did make that money, and that's well documented, and he has record-breaking sales. In addition, he's done bigger events like the Canelo fight with Floyd. That was big. But he also has De La Hoya, the Cotto, the Mosley. These are all million-plus type events, right? And he had a lucrative Showtime contract where he's getting a guaranteed $32 million on top of back-end money because all those fights were on pay-per-view. So even versus guys like Robert the Ghost Guerrero, he got $32 million, right? Plus, based on the success, because that was on Cinco de Mayo weekend, and they also had Abner Mares was moving up. He fought Daniel Ponce de Leon, so they had some Latino blood as the co-feature. So you know the card did solid numbers. It was his first fight with Showtime after the prison stint and the Cotto fight, and you know he's been eating. So it don't matter if you like Floyd or not. I know the man fans get butthurt, but what he's saying is true. Canelo has to complete 10, 11 fights with DAZN to get that type of money. And you see some of the fights are hurting Canelo's rep. The fights that Floyd made this crazy amount of money, it didn't really hurt because they were big, massive successes and events. He beat Pacquiao, a Hall of Famer and a legend. And then the Conor McGregor fight he was halfway retired and come back, and it was just a massively successful fight. The other hypocrisy from old media is When Floyd was to fight Conor McGregor, you heard a lot from the peanut gallery. This included Bernard Hopkins was hating, Oscar De La Hoya, Gennady Golovkin, Canelo. They were all hating, saying, oh, it's not, Golovkin was talking about, and no, it's not a true fight, it's fake, it's a clown fight, or, they were saying this. Canelo was saying it was a circus. De La Hoya was hating. Bernard Hopkins was on the Breakfast Club, I believe, hating. And fast forward to the future, now all these guys want to do weird fights, like Golovkin's fighting Steve Rolls. So let me get this straight. Mayweather fighting Conor McGregor wasn't true fight, but you fighting Steve Rolls and Camille Sares-Meta, that's supposed to be great for boxing, in true fights that the fans want to see. Right? You also heard Oscar link Canelo's name to fighting Conor McGregor, and Oscar himself has linked his name, saying he can knock Conor McGregor out in 2 rounds and stuff. So the hypocrisy is just off the chains when it comes to old media and the double standards. But Floyd is absolutely right. He has made that fight, and I don't know why he's choosing to pick on Canelo. Again, I know the Canelo Man fans are going to say rematch him, but when in the history of the sport do people call for a rematch when people went separate ways in terms of what weight classes they're in? And more importantly, when the fighter that you want to see get the rematch got spanked in the first fight to the point where there was no controversy. It's irrefutable and undisputable who won that fight. So it's like, who even needs a rematch for a fight like that? It's funny, once again, you look at old media, they say, oh, Wilder should step aside and Wilder shouldn't fight Tyson Fury a third fight. Nobody wants to see that. That's what they claim, yet and still we know they're going to watch it, but this is what they claim. They say nobody wants to see Wilder versus Fury 3, even though we know that's a lie, but Wilder has a rematch clause. I want to see it. Canelo got stomped and spanked by Floyd Mayweather, absolutely embarrassing dog walk. And some of the same fans are talking about years later when Floyd's retired, and he reiterates the fact that he's retired, which I'll get to in a second. And now they want to see Canelo, who got dominated, really all of 12 rounds in the fight and looked horrible and did worse than Maidana did, right? And he was supposed to be the one, the new blood that was supposed to take Floyd out. Now they want to see a rematch. More of my thoughts in a second after a message from our sponsor. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more fighting. The wait is over. UFC 249 Saturday, May 9th. It's been a minute since we've had some live combat sports, but we back. Watch Ferguson versus Gaethje and Cejudo versus Cruz. Back-to-back title fights on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Also featuring knockout artists Francis Ngannou and Anthony Pettis in separate bouts. Here's how you can watch. Click the ESPN Plus link in the description to get this loaded UFC card for only $64.99, or bundle to save even more. With this bundle, you get UFC 249 plus a 1-year annual access pass to ESPN Plus app for only $84.98. Yeah, that's right, $84.98. That's a 30% savings. ESPN Plus is the home of a ton of original content, sporting events, docuseries, and exclusives. Don't miss out. Click the link today. We working. So in this interview, Floyd, he had a couple other sound bites. Floyd also said that he was asked about the rumors that I told you were debunked about Floyd coming out of retirement to fight Adrian Broner. I did a video about that. Check that video on the channel. It's a recent video I did in the last few days. I told you, now you hear it from the horse's mouth, Floyd Mayweather, and it's really never official until we hear it from Floyd Mayweather. But he said, no, I don't know where that comes from, about fighting Broner. Quote, I'm retired. I'm through with boxing. I'm older and a lot wiser. I don't want to end up like my uncle Roger Mayweather when you don't know when to hang it up. Even if we did McGregor again, it's entertainment and business. I'm not boxing no boxers. That's what he said. So I don't know. You have to ask him what that means. I guess he's just saying like crossover fights and, a fight like that's transcends just the world of boxing. He's down, but he's not he's not going down the list of who's ranked and the Errol Spence and Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia and going in there with guys like that. Most likely he's putting on events, and he's been in the game 22 years. Some people, like one of my favorite fighters of all time, Roy Jones Jr., he kept fighting even though I personally thought he should have hung him up, but he was fighting fans and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's just, this is what fighters do. But once again, people dislike Floyd, so they're going to get mad because Floyd's saying it, and they know he's eating, and they know he's going to make a lot of money in doing this and fighting Conor McGregor again and things like that. So they're going to get upset and they're going to get angry about it, you know. But again, we've seen, you know, just recently, Julio Cesar Chavez, he does all these exhibitions, Jorge Arce 1 and 2. Again, I just said Roy Jones, he fought in Arizona. He fought like a fan who called him out or something like that. This is kind of what boxers do. They don't know when to hang him up, or they keep fighting and do it. You know, Floyd did the exhibition in Japan, got a cool little check right then, fighting Tenshin Nasukawa, things like that. So it is what it is. Floyd Mayweather stunts on Canelo Alvarez, says, I make what you make in 10, 11 fights. I make that in 1 fight. Again, I don't know why he's taking shots at Canelo. Canelo hasn't really mentioned him, but it is what it is. Floyd is a master at popping in and out and getting media attention with what he says. You notice this, Floyd's been retired, kind of retired. Everything he says, especially as it pertains to boxing, or if he's coming out of retirement, or if he's training, it always makes headlines. It's always news. I'm making videos about it. Other people making videos about it. People are talking. He said he was coming out of retirement. Wilder versus Luis Ortiz fight week. It makes the news. Let me know what you guys think. Is Floyd capping? Is he really retired? Either way, you know, Floyd keeps people guessing. He says he was just staying in shape. There's nothing wrong with staying in shape, but you never know what kind of tricks Floyd has up his sleeves. But that's the latest. We have to let Floyd, he likes being in a position of power, so we have to let Floyd decide. Again, if you want to get UFC 249 for tonight, I will be doing a post-fight review. It does help the channel. Click the link and, you know, order that. You can also pay an extra $20, get the pay-per-view, pay an extra $20, and then you'll get UFC 249 ESPN Plus pay-per-view, as well as the ESPN Plus app, access to it, the ESPN Plus app, for a whole year. So definitely a great value when you bundle it. Let me know what you guys think and how I did in this video. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.